subsidized units in Fargo through the Housing Authority and through the vouchers, but again, there's almost that same number on the waiting list, so we're kind of only meeting half the need.
Thanksgiving is a day when we celebrate with good fortunes and friends, family, and food. For a growing number of our population, having enough to eat is a daily struggle. As Valley News Team's Veronica Marshall found out, the FM area's lack of affordable housing may be to blame.
I don't know if they will get better. I think that we need to work on it.
Affordable housing is a growing problem in the FM area, and it's causing more and more residents to go hungry. According to the latest hunger study for Cass and Clay counties, 41% of food insecure people say they have to choose between food and housing. And more than half say affordable housing is why they're struggling.
They have rent that they can't afford, and they're making the really impossible decision between purchasing groceries and covering their bills. It creates a cycle it's almost impossible to get out of.
Experts say the problem isn't tied to the people in need of help, but instead their inadequate incomes.
The majority of the people we serve are actually working households. I believe in our latest study, around 70% of the households we serve have at least one member who is working full-time.
There are 11,000 households where people are paying more than 30% of their income for rent.
Gilmore says federal, state, and even local funding for affordable housing is drying up, leaving people to fend for themselves.
Trying to meet this need when you have very limited resources, I think that's one of the reasons the number of people that are very low income, they have struggled with housing, why that number is growing. It's over 2,000 people on the waiting list at the Housing Authority for some sort of rental assistance. These are people that qualify for rental assistance, but they're not receiving it.
The city of Fargo is looking into other ways of supporting citizens by creating a career academy to upgrade their skills and paychecks, and by appealing to builders.
We're updating some of our policies and really offering to do more with property tax exemptions to encourage low-income housing.
Until then, advocates ask you keep an open mind and heart for your neighbors who are struggling, because becoming food insecure may be closer than you think.
Everyone has had changing circumstances in their life, and I think everyone's been in a situation where they are not as well off as they were a year ago. What sticks out to me is really sort of empathizing, putting yourself in their shoes and realizing if I had one slip and fall, if I got in a fender bender, if I totaled my car, I could be here next week. It's that imminent and it's that prevalent.
Veronica Marshall, Valley News Live.
Gilmore adds that the proposal to create new tax exemptions so builders will create more affordable housing, that'll go in front of Fargo City Commission in 2 weeks.